Hello and welcome to the Campus League, where we're going to be talking to Ms. Gina Wilson and Ms. Lauren Taylor about Greek life here at Texas A&M University Commerce Campus. So how you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
All right. First and foremost, I want to ask you, how many organizations do we have on campus?
Do you want to take that one first?
How many? So let's see. I know that we have about 200 student organizations on campus, and of those 200, I know 21 of them are in the FSL Fraternity and Sorority Life family.
Yes, of those 21 chapters, we have about 500 students who are affiliated with a fraternity or sorority. Our community has grown by 28% in the last 5 years. So we're making moves.
Okay. And question to both of you, what are your roles in the Greek life? So in terms of community here on campus, what do you guys do?
Currently, I serve as the Assistant Director for Fraternity and Sorority Life. Our department just became a new department. So we have a director, my position, and then a graduate assistantship. So right now, I currently advise our Interfraternity Council and our National Panhellenic Council, as well as our Order of Omega, which is our honors organization for anyone who's affiliated with fraternities or sororities.
Okay.
I currently serve as the president of the Mu Zeta chapter of Sigma Gamma Sorority Incorporated, which is a part of the National Panhellenic Council. And I'm also a national representative for my chapter for the NPHC, which is the National Panhellenic Council.
Okay, and here's another question. I'm not too sure if you guys will know this because it could be, way back in the past. But when did Greek life really start booming on campus, and when did it begin, and what was the first organization to come into this campus?
So we actually started with a lot of local chapters in about the mid-1950s. As we progress, those local chapters are no longer here. They've been eliminated, extinct. They've gone extinct, and they've gone into forming actual international fraternities and sororities. So we have organizations such as Gamma Phi Beta or Chi Omega Alpha Phi, as well as Sigma Chi, that are kind of some of those ones that came to campus and moved those local chapters out. In terms of our National Panhellenic Council, you're looking around the 70s to the 80s for them, and our Multicultural Greek Council just really started about 10 years ago.
Okay, and then piggybacking off of that, do we have any more organizations that will be coming to campus? So any more, fraternity sororities or chapters that'll be here?
We are currently in the middle of our expansion process for the Interfraternity Council, which is our most of our fraternities fall under that council. So we're looking at adding a 6th chapter. If we have interest with MPHC, we will add as we go. MGC is looking at bringing 2 more chapters to campus, and Panhellenic, they may go through the extension process here in a year or 2. Okay,
and then also piggybacking off that question, what would be the requirement for a chapter or fraternity or sorority to actually be affiliated with this campus? So what do they have to do individually as an organization to be able to be here on campus?
Well, I'm quite familiar with that process. So you have to, the organization itself will have to come in and do a presentation for the students who are currently Greek. So essentially that process will be them giving a presentation of what the organization is and what it can bring to the campus. And then the organizations get to vote and decide on whether or not they would like to have that organization there. And then from there they can start their process on piquing interest for students as well, and then going through whatever that organization's selection process would be.
Yep. So currently, Interfraternity Council and our Panhellenic Conference or Panhellenic Council, they have recruitment weeks. So they have a formal recruitment week in the fall that they go through that ends in bid day. So it's just a week of a matching system between the men and the women and the actual chapters that we have. In terms of National Panhellenic Council and the Multicultural Greek Council, that is very much so an individual process. You need to know what organization you want to join before you actually move forward in the application process. But most of the time you're looking at least having a 2.5 GPA. You need to have done some form of community service, and I'm telling you, the more hours you do, the better. And you need to show that you are involved on campus and a strong leader. If you can show that after they have vetted you and you've gone through the interview process, you may or may not get chosen, but that's what fraternity and sorority life is. It's an exclusive club. Only 2% of our nation's population is affiliated with a fraternity or a sorority.
Okay, and if you're joining us, I'm Jason Osei, and we're here with Gina Wilson and Lauren Taylor, and we're discussing Greek life here at Texas A&M University Commerce Campus. All right, another question is, what kind of community service do the Greeks do? So, like, I mean, obviously, individual organizations might be affiliated with more, community services than others. Maybe some might do more education, and others do more, like, kind of clean up of the streets and so forth. So, what kind of different community services do they kind of do, and like, do some of them actually do them together, like as a whole council?
Okay, I'm going to speak to this because it was one of the first things that comes to mind, and it was something that I was actually able to be a part of, and it was really a big thing for me. But when we had all of the tornado storms that hit the close areas in Rowlett and Garland, we were able to go out and be a big part of the cleanup of that, the whole process of cleaning those houses and what the remains looked like. I do know that there were people from MPHC and MGC a part of that, and it just goes to show that we're more than just the people who read letters, and we do more than just plan programs. We're actually here for the betterment of the community and doing what we can do to help out.
Okay, and do you feel like this actually brings more unity between all the different organizations? Because I know that certain organizations, they will be affiliated, but some of them might not, be affiliated all the time. But do you think that this actually brings them together and actually brings a sense of unity for the campus as well?
Absolutely. No matter what colors you wear, no matter what letters you wear, every organization is founded on some aspect of community service and its importance. And I think that when we come together with our community service, that is one of the biggest ways that the campus gets to see us coming together.
And another important question, obviously, Greek life on this campus is booming. You can tell that, everybody's very active. But what do you feel could be improved about Greek life? What do you feel like, the organizations, as well as, those who oversee the organizations, could do to, take it to that next step?
I think that we could do a different or a better or really different job in branding ourselves and putting ourselves out there. I think that we do a lot of great things, but oftentimes we don't tell people what those great things are. We don't put ourselves out there and say, hey, this is what we're doing. I think sometimes we think that that's us patting ourselves on the back or trying to make people think that we're bigger than we are. And it's not necessarily us trying to be big-headed, but it's saying, hey, we're doing great things. We need to not tell people that we're doing these great things so that they'll say, hey, good job, but tell people that we're doing these great things so that they know that we are important. We are an important part of this campus, and we can pique those interests for students who may want to be a part of our organizations but don't think that we do as much as we do. Okay,
and final thing from the both of you, what would you like to say to the campus about Greek life and how they can be involved?
I would say that being Greek is one of the best things that I've done on this campus. I would suggest that anybody who might be interested, continue to look, continue to do your research, continue to go out to different organizations, events, and see what you like. It is a lifelong commitment, and I think that it is one of the best things that you could ever do.
Okay, and I say we're out of time. I'd like to thank you both for being here with us. I'm Jason Osei, and thank you for watching us at the Campus League. We'll be back with the next segment.
The Golden Leos are a volunteer organization here on campus that represents the university in many ways, including participating as student representatives for the president and at annual donor events.
Hello and welcome back to the Campus League, where I'm joined by DT Chady and my guest as well, Christian Johnson, and we're going to be talking about the Golden Leos here at Texas A&M University campus. How you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
All right, first and foremost, me being kind of new to commerce, I want to know, what is the Golden Leos and what do they do?
Well, the Golden Leos, we are an organization built upon service. We are actually their ambassadors for the president's office. So we work certain exclusive events that other organizations aren't able to work.
Okay, can you give us some of these events that you do work?
The Alumni Gala is an event that we do, is where the alumni from the school gets together for a dinner, music and things. And also we work graduations.
Okay, it sounds like a pretty prestigious, position to hold. How long has the Golden Leos been going on for? How long has it been an organization?
Yeah, the Golden Leos were founded in the fall of, I believe, 1978 by President McDowell at the time, just like Christian said, to serve as presidential ambassadors for the organization and to really kind of represent the university in a variety of capacities.
Okay, as for, such a high position, I'm sure that the requirements to join the Golden Leos must be, pretty extensive. So what are the requirements to join for those who don't know and who would like to be part of the organization?
Well, there's a 2.75 GPA requirement to be able to fill out an application. Once the application is complete, you will turn it in either electronically or by paper, and then you will have to go through an interview process.
Okay, and what kind of personal qualities would you say that, a candidate would need to have to be successful? So if they wanted to, go forward with this, what would you say would be the best things to have for them to, go into this process and actually have a fighting chance of, becoming a Golden Leo?
Yeah. I think we would want to see that they are campus leaders, so involved in other places on campus, really dedicated. We want people that really love the university, because at times they are representing the institution, whether it be at on-campus events or off-campus events. Those that are dedicated and just have great leadership skills as well.
Okay, and how many active members do you guys have right now?
Ooh, we just brought in a new group of individuals, so we're looking at about 25 or so.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually a lot of growth, because last semester we were only about 11, 12, so yeah, we brought in a nice group, and we have a few members graduating, so we're going to be losing a few faces, but...
Okay. And what are your roles in the Golden Leos? What do you guys do specifically?
Well, right now I'm serving as the historian, but I was just elected as the president of the Golden Leo, so I'll be the president for the next school year.
Okay.
And I serve as one of the advisors to the Golden Leos.
Okay. And would you say that those roles right there, do you think that they are a bit time consuming, or no? Because with everybody's roles on campus, I don't know, different organizations, schoolwork and so forth. Do you think those take up a lot of time, especially for those who are trying to join, so they can know that the time requirements for a position like this? Do you say it's one that requires a lot of input?
We try not to make it too time consuming. Of course, the most time you will have will be the time that we have to work events, but we usually are very good at letting you know ahead of time when those events are, so you can go ahead and plan out and schedule accordingly.
Okay, and do you have any upcoming activities that the Golden Leos will be partaking in?
Actually, our Alumni Gala is coming up soon. It's actually this Saturday.
Okay, and tell us more about the Alumni Gathering. What's gonna be going on there? Who's gonna be in attendance and?
So it is a gala that's held every year, and it's hosted by our Alumni Relations Office, and so they actually have a pretty nice dinner. There'll be a reception, and I believe that they honor, they recognize a variety of alumni throughout the course, that have done, they've given a great deal to the university. So the Golden Leos will be there kind of hosting and ushering individuals, but it's also really cool because the Golden Leos then get to interact with many of these alumni. So there's also opportunities for connections via maybe potential internship opportunities or future job opportunities. So it's great connections with our alumni for these students.
Okay, and if you're joining us, we're here on the Campus League, where we're talking to Dip T. Chady and Christian Johnson about the Golden Leos here at Texas A&M University campus. All right, big question, right?
Okay.
What do you guys specifically, each of you enjoy about being a Golden Leo? Why is it so important to you?
I enjoy meeting new people. Some of the people I've gotten to meet once I became a Golden Leo, really just building relationships, connections, and also meeting the president of the university was an awesome thing. Being able to have dinner at his house, that was just last week, that was pretty special for me.
I'm fairly new to the Golden Leo family. I just started serving as our advisor this past year, and so just kind of being able to see the level of leadership and the amount of student involvement that many of the Leos have. I mean, you've got individuals that are part of multiple organizations, hold a variety of positions, whether that's their jobs or even just campus involvement. So just being able to connect with a group of students. We try not to take up too much time because we know that's valuable, but just being able to get to work with these students and kind of see them in a variety of capacities.
And in terms of certain progressions, is it an organization where you might start from one role, but then you kind of progress to the next role, like kind of working yourself up? So you might come in with maybe like an entry level position, but then you go into the next role and it's like a position where there's more responsibilities put on you.
Yeah, that's probably me. Me being a historian last year, just working on things such as the website, collecting pictures, to now being the president. The highest position in the Golden Leo. It's going to be a challenge. It's going to be different, but I'm always ready.
Yeah.
Okay, and do you guys, obviously, there's a lot required for you in the position, just being a Golden Leo, but do you put a lot of expectations yourself? Like, what do you guys require of yourselves when you kind of go into like a position, an event? What do you guys kind of what goals do you guys set yourselves personally?
I would say just kind of enjoy the experience, because you can get really caught up in the day-to-day or like what is happening where, but again, being able to network and kind of engage with, campus administrators, alumni, individuals that you may not normally meet on a regular basis. So to be able to just kind of enjoy and embrace the experience. I know we work graduations, which oftentimes may be a little bit long, but to be able to enjoy the experience, because this is a really big day for many of the Golden Leo's peers, people that we know, but just be able to provide that kind of enjoyment and embracing the experience for what it is.
Okay, funny enough, you speak about enjoying the experience.
Yeah.
Both of you, what would you say is your most memorable experience, like an event or just an experience that you just had that you can say, I can remember this and I'll take it with me for the rest of my life?
Well, besides the dinner at the president's house, of course, most memorable moment was the first time I worked graduation. Didn't get much sleep that night, maybe 2 hours, and having to wake up at 6 to get ready for a graduation was tough. But then seeing everybody else come in tired and dragging just helped me get a little boost to be like, okay, I'm not the only one in this alone. So that was fun for me.
Yeah, I'd say graduation would be as well. December was my first graduation, and everyone else says how long of a day it is. But again, the Leos just really rallied together. It is a long day, but you may come in really tired, but being able to see that and just kind of be as happy as you possibly can to celebrate this great milestone for a lot of our students on campus was just, it was just a fun day for us.
Okay, and in a couple words, can you give us any last words to our, our viewers and say, why Golden Leo is so great?
Exclusive. Golden Leos.
I'd say prestigious as well.
Okay, well, thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining us right here. Guys, this has been the Campus Leak, and as I say, you got so much great information about being a Golden Leo. We're about to take another break, and join us on the first segment, and we will see you soon.
The Campus Activities Board serves as the student activities programming component of the Rayburn Student Center at Texas A&M University Commerce. The purpose of CAB is to provide a diverse range of high-quality, low-cost entertainment to students and promote involvement and unity among students, faculty, staff, alumni, and the community. Entertainment includes cultural, educational, and recreational programs and activities. The primary goal of CAB is to enhance the A&M Commerce campus by providing along or in coalition with other university entities programs that complement the academic programs of the university, work to unify the campus community by providing diverse activities that reach the entire student population, and to promote individual and group self-worth and dignity.
Welcome back to the Campus League, where I'm joined by Brittany Siska and Albany Alston, and we're going to be talking about the Campus Activity Board here at Texas A&M University of Commerce. How you doing, ladies?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. And first question, what roles do you guys both hold in CAB?
So I am currently the president of our Campus Activities Board.
Okay.
And I'm the advisor for the Campus Activities Board.
Okay. All right. So in general, what kind of events does CAB hold, and how often?
So basically, CAB just provides diverse, high quality, and all of our events are free to the campus. So there might be a game night, there might be a poetry night. We do concerts, we have comedians. We pretty much do it all, and there's usually an event just about every week.
Okay, and in terms of like, for a semester, are there like events that you do like annually? So like, if there is an event that can say CAB is going to do every fall that I should be looking for in every spring?
The talent show for sure is a staple event that we have in the fall during homecoming week, and then the Lion Yard concert is definitely the spring thing, and that's this Friday.
This Friday? Okay, so what time?
Doors will open at 6:30, and our opener will take the stage at 7, so it should be a good time.
Okay, I'm excited. All right. And apart from that, are there like any other events that will be held, during the semester? I know there's only like a couple weeks left, but are there going to be any events after that that'll be held, before the semester ends?
So finals feast is Wednesday. No, Kids Fest is Wednesday. So that's going to be really, really fun. It's like arts and crafts and foods and inflatables. And then the concert is Friday. And then next week, we have a comedian coming. He's been on Comedy Central, so it's going to be really fun. And then the week after that, we have finals feast. So that's your last little hoorah before we get it in and get out.
Okay. All right. And big question, obviously CAB does a lot and wants to do a lot for the student body here on campus. So how important is it that the student body get involved and, support CAB and, support the events and come out and, join?
The students, I would say, are the crux of what we do. If not for the students, we wouldn't be able to have any events. For our large concerts, we do voting on we did it on My Leo this past semester, and then in terms, every fees, student activity fees paying student at the university is by default a member of CAB, but from that point you get to choose your level of involvement. So we are pretty much entirely student run and led, and I really try to empower our student executive board to make those decisions and what's the events that they're putting on and who they're bringing to campus. So the student voice is everything.
Okay, and it's good that you talk about involvement, because there probably might be some students who went to a CAB event and feel like I had a great experience and now I want to kind of be involved and kind of do that experience for others. So how do we go about becoming more of an active voice, an active member of CAB, and kind of getting involved in the planning and so forth?
Well, there's 2 applications. There's the general application that's open all throughout the year, and then there's the committee application that you do every semester, and then that one would need to be done again every year. So really you're a general member, you volunteer whenever possible, you make the meetings on Tuesday, but the committee member is more of a dedication when we really, really need you guys and we call you guys. Those are the ones that we call and they show up. And then it's really just coming to the meetings on Tuesday, and like she said, when we vote, if we don't do it through My Leo, we'll vote through a meeting. So it's just really important that you're a member of CAB before you come to the meeting and just vote.
Okay, and if you're joining us right now, I'm here with Brittany Siska and Albany Alston, and we're talking about the Campus Activities Board here at Texas A&M University of Commerce. All right, so I know that being CAB is a big time commitment, a lot of dedication. So for an event, how long are we talking about, in terms of setup, to breaking down how much effort and how much time does it take to put into this?
I would say it depends on the event. For things like our concert, I know Albany and Lashana is our chair of concerts, music, and performing arts. They'll probably get here early in the morning and be there all the way through till the concert ends and we're done breaking down. But for not quite as big as an event, I would say maybe an hour
Just really
beforehand.
depends on the event. Like a comedian, it's like you might get there an hour before, set the evaluations up, make sure they're comfortable. Game night, that's like 45 minutes. You bring the games downstairs, and so it just depends on the event and how big it is.
Okay, and also in talking about the events, I mean, how do you guys gauge how successful an event was? Do you guys do surveys? Do you ask the people attending? Do you ask the guys on the board how they feel the event went and whether it should be another event should be done again next year, or if it should be scrapped altogether and another event replacing it? How do you guys decide that?
It's kind of like all of that together. I think really me and Brittany have like this count game. So we're like, okay, so how many people you think can come? And so we click, as everyone comes in, if we don't swipe them in, we kind of click each person in. And so we try and see how our numbers match. We definitely do evaluations. So the chairs, depending on which event it is, they are responsible for reading the evaluations and seeing how everybody responds to it. But we have a fall planning meeting and a spring planning meeting where the chairs kind of pick the events, and then the students are able to vote for the events that they want to see for that particular semester.
Okay, and which, in terms of, by that criteria, which would you say was your most successful event, or has been your most successful event during your time here at CAB?
This past semester, or just
In general.
in general?
Wow,
That's a tough one.
That is
We've had a lot of successful.
Yeah.
which is awesome. Like, I can imagine, because I've seen a lot of the CAB events going, and people are all the rage about it. Like, this event went down and it was absolutely awesome. So for me, it was just kind of interesting to see, like, which one was the one that gets, like, the most response. Because, obviously with a lot of successful events, like, sometimes it might be that one that's like, yeah, this is dope. This is the one I'm waiting for, like, for the whole year.
If I had to rank them, like my top 3, I feel like the concert would be the first one because we always get so much about the concert. And then our Mardi Gras event, we always have so many people, and they're like, the food was so good. And then my third event would be the homecoming talent show. Like, that's one of our staple events, so they really enjoy that.
Okay. And then for the concert, how do you decide the lineup? Like, who is in charge of deciding who's there, and how does that planning go?
So that's really Lashana, so our chairman of concert music and performing arts. She really kind of works with Brittany and then the managers of the different artists to see, are they available? Can we afford them? And then really kind of getting narrow numbers and narrow artists, so that way the students can vote on particularly who they want to come, and then we just really go from there. So she has really kind of spearheaded the concert.
Okay. I say we're coming to the close of our segment, but I wanted you guys to tell me in a couple words why CAB is so awesome and why the students should get involved.
I'd say CAB is awesome because of just all the different opportunities we provide to, not only in terms of events, but the leadership development behind it, and the bonds and the relationships that you form by helping others with events and really getting to know each other and putting in that hard work together.
You're able to network and meet different people, and you gain opportunities that you wouldn't get anywhere else.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys for joining us, and thank you for all your great answers. I say if you've been joining us here, we've been talking to the Campus Activities Board here at Texas A&M University Commerce. This has been the Campus Leak, and I say, guys, we'll see you soon. Thank you for joining us.